Hello everybody. We are doing another episode of The Real Deal with Dan Smith today, and this is in fact The Real Deal. I am in the Orange County Superior Courthouse, but the good news is I just got cut loose. Jury duty complete by noon today. They just cut me. Don't have to come back for a year or more. Welcome, Jeff. I am leaving my jury duty and heading back to go to work. Unfortunately, I couldn't get out 5 minutes earlier and be in a place where I could start the noon broadcast sitting down, so I'm literally doing it while walking out of the courthouse. So, today's Real Deal episode. I actually don't know what episode we're on. Being as I've been to jury duty, I haven't had a lot of time to prepare like I normally would. I think we're at like 22, 23, something like that. So what I wanted to talk about today was managing your schedule. Since I had something like this going on today, what do you do when crazy things happen? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab a seat right here. I just found a bench in the courtroom that I can sit at, excuse me, and focus for a couple minutes while we finish this broadcast. I'll hold my arm out. Hey, Ron. Got a couple people jumping on. If I haven't said your name, sorry, I was walking and I missed you. So what do you do to manage your schedule when things like this go on? You get jury duty. You get something that pops up that is definitely not built into your schedule, right? How do you handle it? How do you adjust to it? I actually had a couple of weeks ago, this will be the first time any of my clients know this. One client knows it because they walked in while I was taking a phone call in between calls. And so 2 weeks ago, I got a text from my brother when I was doing on my Monday of full days of calls. Actually, it wasn't even calls. It was when I was meeting clients one-on-one for an hour at a time. That my mom had been taken to the hospital in an ambulance, right? And those kind of things happen. I mean, my mom's kind of older, and she got in the best of health. And you know what happened? So what do? Well, you know, I had an obligation. I had obligations to people who were coming to meet me, who I had sessions with, so I completed those sessions. I don't think that any of my clients knew that I wasn't there mentally, because I was there mentally. I don't think any of my clients knew that I was distracted, because I wasn't distracted, because I chose to focus. Today, I was in jury duty. So when I was in jury duty, I escaped for a couple of minutes on a bathroom break, because I had an accountability call with people today at 11 o'clock. Or an accountability Facebook Live, actually, with people today at 11 o'clock. So I went to the bathroom and got my call in and squeezed it in. We all have things happen in our lives. We all have things come up that take us off track, that try to distract us and try to get in our way. It really depends on what you allow those things to do. It really depends on, are you going to let those distractions happen? Or are you going to, as best you can, push them aside and do what needs to be done? Sometimes I can't do exactly what I wanted to do because I was sitting in a jury room. But there are still ways for me to accomplish what needed to be accomplished today. Even though I wasn't in the office, I could still have a laptop out, I could still be working, I could still be emailing. When I did need to make a call, I was able to do so. When my mom had gone into the hospital, I was able to stay to my schedule. I'm not a doctor, guys. Check this out. I'm not a doctor. So me going to the hospital, I don't have any advice for the hospital staff to give about my mom's care. You know, I'm pretty sure they're better at it than me. So me being there doesn't do. I just got out of jury duty, Marissa. So I just got cut loose. It's noon. So me being at the hospital with them, you know, I don't have to be there. Now, I know as human beings, we're like, oh, I should be there. I want to be there. I want to be in the waiting room. I know what's going on. You know what? I had an obligation. I had things I needed to stick to. And me being there is of no help to the doctors. So when things come up in your world, when you get distracted with life, with kids, with parents, with other jobs, with other commitments, with clubs and organizations and PTAs and meetup groups and everything. There's so much stuff to distract us today. How do you figure out how to stay the course? How do you figure out how to still... You should see people in this courthouse right now walking by and looking at me, by the way. It's kind of entertaining. I'll give you a quick view here. I'm at the escalators because I was able to find this cool bench to sit down at, so I didn't have to huff and puff walking out to the car. So how do you find How do you stay there? How do you just find that focus, find that discipline to, you got all this other stuff going on and people trying to pull you away and distract you, but to still do what needs to be done? That's a question that each and every one of you need to consider answering for yourself. And check this out. There's no right answer. And there's no answer that's the same for you versus you. Let me say I got Patty, Walt, Marisa, Lucas. Your 4 answers are going to be different. But they're going to be the 4 right answers for you. They have to be the things, has to be what you're going to do to stay focused, to stay the course, to stay on track, to keep getting shit done, even when distractions occur. Right? Like, hey, look, Andy Potter just joined. Andy, like, I sent Andy Potter a message earlier, even though I was in jury duty, like, because stuff needs to get done for something that me and him got going on, right? So, Marisa, you just typed in there, whatever it takes, baby. There you go, Andy. Marisa, you just typed in there, set the appointments and stick to them. And remember, everybody, an appointment is not necessarily, can anybody else hear me, or is Patty the only one who can't hear me? If you all haven't been able to hear me this whole time, that would be bad. Is Patty the only one? Somebody please type. Can you guys hear? A bunch of thumbs up will do right now. Just hit the thumbs up and let me know that somebody can hear me, please. That would be awesome. Okay, cool. Andy can hear me, so that means it's just on Patty. So what are you going to do? Let me see. Just a second ago, what was I talking about? Oh, set appointments and stick to them. Remember, an appointment doesn't have to be a meeting with somebody else. For real estate agents, it doesn't have to be a listing appointment. It doesn't have to be a buyer appointment. It can be an appointment to do a certain thing. It can be an appointment to go door knocking, to be cold calling, to be doing lead follow-up, to be doing digital door knocking, to be doing a variety of things, to be in your farm, to be planning an event. You put it on your calendar, and no matter how busy you get, you stick to that part of it. Sorry, Patty, you're the only one who can't hear me. You stick to that part of it. You stick to that idea. No matter what happens, no matter what comes up to distract you, you treat it as an appointment. What if that thing you're going to do could make you $100,000? Would you get distracted? No. You would do it. Whatever, hashtag whatever it takes, right, Andy Potter? Whatever it takes for as long as it takes, you would do that thing if you actually attached a financial consideration to it. But the problem is, we just think it's like a task, and there's no instant gratification to it, and so we get turned off real fast on doing it. We get easily distracted. Squirrel, right? Because like, we're real estate agents, we have ADHD, all of us. And so we don't treat everything as an appointment. We only treat like actual listing appointments as an appointment. It's an appointment to accomplish a certain thing at a certain time for a certain result. All right? You've got to do a better job of doing that. You've got to do a better job of keeping all those appointments, not just with listings and not just with buyers, but appointments to get shit done. Specific tasks that are going to make you money if you do that. All right, so that's what I want to talk about today. We're at about 11 minutes. You guys know that these little real deals are supposed to be right around 10 minutes on Wednesdays, and so we're at that mark. And again, say hello to the courthouse here in Orange County. Everybody else is on lunch break, except for the lucky few of us, yours truly included, who just got cut loose, said thank you for your service and we won't contact you for at least a year. And I've got the little magic get out of jail free card in case anybody does within the next year, so I don't have to come back. All right, and I got some shit that I'm going to get to now, because I couldn't do it this morning because there was something in the way. I got done what I could get done, but there's some things I couldn't, but I got as much done as I could, and now I'm going to go into overdrive mode and get a bunch. Whew. Don't know what happened there. Flashed. So, everybody, thank you for tuning in. If you get a chance, share this. Let people know next week that it's going on. Please invite others to attend, to be on here live. That would be fantastic. If you need anything, have questions about what I talked about, if you're coaching with me, reach out to me. You have my cell phone. Shoot me a text. If you're not, send me an email if you still have questions, and I will get those questions answered for you. My email, also my name, Dan@bydansmith.com. DAN@BYDANSMITH.com. You can follow me on Facebook at ByDanSmith. You can follow me on Instagram at ByDanSmith, YouTube, Twitter, you name it, I'm there. My website is, what do you know? ByDanSmith.com. BYDANSMITH. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll talk to everybody next week. Have a good one.